film opens to an obviously apocalyptic United States. We can tell from the subtle clues, like the national anthem being played on an electric guitar, to the upside-down camera righting itself to show an inverted American flag attached to an equally inverted presidential limousine, outside of a completely destroyed, burning Capitol building. Jesse Eisenberg recites his new ode to a now defunct, destroyed, zombified America. We are then introduced to Jesse Eisenberg's character Columbus's list of rules to surviving a zombie apocalypse. Rule number 1, cardio. Fat people were, of course, the first to die. Not the disabled or elderly, but fat people, because someone who is obese could never defend themselves, and King Kong Bundy would have been a total pushover for the undead. Rule number 2, the double tap. Last time I checked, the film was set in the USA, and it's not like everyone with a gun would just keep shooting until the zombie's head was just a bloody, mushy stump, and the mag was empty, right? Oh wait, yes they would. Rule number 3, beware of bathrooms. I don't know about you, but I've practiced rule number 3 my entire adult life. I wouldn't be caught dead using a public toilet, and there's no zombie apocalypse. Rule number 4, seatbelts. Yeah, once again, I live in a world with no zombies, and I still do this. After Columbus's inane rules, we are then treated to one of the coolest opening credit intros ever created, with people being attacked in slow motion by flesh-eating undead while Metallica's For Whom the Bell Tolls plays to the mayhem. After the opening credits roll, Columbus immediately breaks rule number 3. He then meets Tallahassee, played by Woody Harrelson, who doesn't want to get to know Columbus, hence the names of where they are from instead of actual names, and then immediately proceeds to get to know Columbus. We learn Tallahassee has a psychotic need for Twinkies, as they will all disappear soon and there will be no more Twinkies ever, as they have an expiry date, like pretty much everything else that has an expiry date. This is also despite the fact that it's scientifically proven that Twinkies literally last forever. Columbus breaks rule number 3 again. We all then learn about Columbus's awkward past as a gaming nerd. We can see that he's a gaming nerd, as he lives on the cliched staples of all nerds: Mountain Dew, Code Red, pizza, and World of Warcraft. Any true gaming geek knows you do not let food or drink anywhere near your precious gaming devices, and things like Cheeto dust and liquid spillage are your worst enemies. In a scene mirroring real life, Columbus lets a hot girl into his home, only to have her turn into a flesh-eating undead cannibal, who he then has to put down by smashing a skull with a toilet cistern lid. Tallahassee is a zombie-slaying badass, and Columbus is not. Honestly, how has he lived this long? Columbus and Tallahassee then meet up with Wichita and Little Rock, and are then promptly and apparently screwed over for the first time in their lives by the opposite sex. They have all their stuff stolen, along with their vehicle, and they get a whole heap of new stuff and a new vehicle. Then they're promptly screwed over for a second time. Honestly, how have they both survived this long? They all then become friends, and spontaneously decide to go on a road trip to Pacific Playland. On the way, they smash the absolute crap out of a store selling Native American trinkets and souvenirs, in a dick move that seems slightly racist. In another dick move, they break into Bill Murray's house, smoke all his weed, murder him, break all of his shit, after then throwing his body off of the landing. I'm starting to think these people aren't very nice. And honestly, how have they all survived this long? They all finally make it to Pacific Playland, after surviving this long. And in possibly the stupidest move ever, turn the power onto the fun park, attracting thousands of the undead. Did I mention how have they all survived this long? Columbus overcomes his fear of clowns and girls, and Columbus and Tallahassee save the day. Columbus gets the girl, Tallahassee finally gets his Twinkie, and then they all hit the road once again.
Rate, comment, subscribe.